All right, today we're diving into something huge. We're tackling what so many people call the single most defining decade of your life, your 20s. It's this incredible period of opportunity that honestly, for a lot of people, becomes a decade of totally lost potential. So let's unpack exactly why that happens, and way more importantly, how you can make sure it doesn't happen to you.
Now, I know what you're thinking. That is a heavy statement, but it really gets to a critical truth. The choices you make in your early 20s, they have this massive, outsized impact on your future. The stakes, really, they just couldn't be any higher.
So how does an entire decade of potential just get wasted? Well, it's not about one single catastrophic decision, not at all. It's about a whole series of daily patterns. We're going to look at these not as, personal failures, but as these really common, super easy to fall into traps that have some serious long-term consequences.
When you boil it all down, the real issue is this constant chase for temporary happiness. You know what I'm talking about? That quick little dopamine hit from a social media like or watching just one more mindless video. This whole cycle of instant gratification, it feels good in the moment, sure, but it becomes this trap. It distracts you from doing the hard work of building real, lasting fulfillment.
This right here, this breaks it down perfectly. You've got two fundamental paths you can go down. Over on the left, you've got all the passive stuff that just drains your energy and your focus. And on the right, you've got the active stuff, the things that actually build your skills in your future. The choice is pretty stark when you look at it like this. One path consumes you, the other one builds you up. So what's really driving these behaviors? Well, it pretty much comes down to two super powerful, super pervasive forces in our modern lives. Think of them as the two killers of potential that are actively working against you. And just understanding them is the first most critical step to taking back control.
First up is the social media focus trap. And let's be crystal clear about this. This is not just about getting a little distracted. These platforms are literally engineered to break your focus. Your ability to concentrate for long periods of time, that's the superpower you need to build a career. And this whole system is designed to swap out that deep focus for shallow engagement, all for their bottom line. And the damage here is specific, and it is severe. A shattered attention span makes it basically impossible to learn anything complex. The endless fake comparisons you see on your screen, they just destroy your motivation to do anything in the real world. You get trained to be a passive consumer, not an active creator. And worst of all, it steals your time, and that's the one resource you can never, ever get back. Now, the second killer, it's a little more subtle, but it's just as deadly. It's the comfort zone illusion. This is that dangerous idea that playing it safe and avoiding challenges is the smart move. But in reality, the comfort zone isn't safe at all. It's the place where your potential goes to die. The simple, hard truth is this: growth and comfort cannot coexist. They just can't. Every single meaningful achievement you'll ever have, learning a skill, getting in shape, building a career, it all happens just outside your comfort zone. That feeling of discomfort, that's not a sign to stop. That's the signal that you're actually growing. So how do these big, powerful forces actually end up shaping an entire life? The answer is in the quiet, almost invisible power of your daily habits. What you do every single day. That becomes the engine that builds your future, for better or for worse. This timeline shows you exactly how it works. I mean, just imagine two people, both 20 years old. One decides to read for 30 minutes a day, and the other one decides to scroll social media for 30 minutes. Okay, by age 23, there's a little difference, you can see it, but by 26, the gap in their knowledge, their focus, it's huge. And by age 30, the compounding effect of that one tiny daily choice has created two completely different human beings. That is the insane power of a decade. Okay, we've diagnosed the problem. Now let's talk about the solution. Because this isn't about feeling doomed, right? This is about feeling empowered. So here's a clear, actionable game plan to turn your 20s from a decade of waste into the solid foundation for the rest of your life. Here it is, a 4-step prescription. Number 1, reclaim your focus. You gotta set hard limits on just passively scrolling. Number 2, embrace daily discomfort. Do one thing that kind of sucks every single day. 3, shift into creator mode. Write something, code something, build something. Do anything but just consume. And 4, curate your influences. Seriously, unfollow the negativity and surround yourself with people and ideas that actually lift you up.
Each of these steps is a direct antidote to those killers of potential we just talked about.
Ultimately, this all comes down to a choice, and it's a choice you don't just make once. You make it every single day. The person you're going to be at 30, at 40, at 50, that's not some stranger in the distant future. That person is being built brick, by the habits you're doing right now, today.
And that brings us to maybe the single most important message of this whole thing. Your 20s decide your 30s. The foundation that you lay, or fail to lay, in this decade, that will determine the entire structure of your future life. So choose wisely. So I'll just leave you with this one question. Take an honest look at your daily habits, at your comfort zones, at where you're putting your focus every day. What kind of foundation are you actually building right now? The choice, as always, is yours.